I am prepared. Yes, so we're going to do the intro and give YouTube time to notify people. And after that, we're going to do my beauty budget update for January, which is only 5 items, maybe like 6 items. But so, and then we're going to get into swatching Toxic Love, the Valentine's Day palette from Notoriously Morbid. I do have a link below to this site, and my code will give you 15% off, which is awesome because most brands only do 10, and their TAT time, excuse me, is now down to 10 to 15 business days. So I am just so excited about that. So hello and welcome. If you're new here, welcome back. If you're returning, my name is Dion, and I call this here the crazy troll nation of YouTube. And y'all like, girl, why? If you've been here, you understand that the crazy is just knowing it's okay to be your authentic self. Try not to feel like you need to act like someone you're not or be someone that you're not. Just be who you are. And the troll part is not caring too much about the beauty community standards. You set the standard for yourself. Try not to feel like you need to use a certain brand, a certain tool, or a certain technique. Use whatever you want to use in any way you want to get your makeup on in a way that you are satisfied with it. Here at the Crazy Troll Nation, we are about self-acceptance and self-love, embracing our natural features, even my glorious double bag and wrinkles, and enhancing them if we want to, enhancing our natural features if we want to, but never, ever, ever feeling like we have to. Love yourself for who you are and for how you look, even when you're not wearing face paint. So that's what the Crazy Troll Nation is. That's our motto. That's what we stand for. 2 things about me if you are new here and if you're catching a replay. Hello and welcome. Glad to have you. I do curse because I do use foul language from time to time. And the other thing is there's an organism that lives in my throat that randomly hiccups, gurgles, and belches. And I do always try to be aware to say, excuse me. Every now and then a couple will get past me. But so just a heads up. I did just eat my, I guess, lunch about 15 minutes ago, so it may make an appearance. And so thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you to those of you who are here. I see there's some people here, so feel free to comment so I know who you are. I have Mountain Dew, I have room temperature tea, and I have water. And yes, yesterday I did drink 2 of these. So I remember I was saying I was really dehydrated. I did drink 2 of these, so that was 80 ounces. And I drank one of these of tea. This is 40 ounces. And so I had 120 ounces of fluids yesterday. And my body loved it. So, excuse me, I did just, y'all, I remember last night, if y'all were here last night, let me know. And I talked about how today I was going to just sleep all day because I was so exhausted yesterday. Yesterday I functioned off of less than 3 hours of sleep. And so I still woke up every 90 minutes or so. And I would go right back to sleep. I did get up around 1 because I had to mail off some of that stuff I showed you that I told you had a home already. And then I came back home and I said, well, you know what? I'll just lounge on the sofa and just chill out. But when I went in my bedroom to change out of my outdoor clothes into my indoor clothes, I was looking at my bed like it was saying, you know, you want me. And I was like, you right. So I got back in the bed, y'all. And I had my alarm set for 6:45. And one of my wake ups was like 6:40. So I went ahead and got up and replied to some text messages and that type of thing. But yeah, y'all. Yesterday when I told y'all I was exhausted, I was not joking. So thank you for being here. Thank you for the thumbs up. Um, if you're new to the channel and if you're new here watching a replay, I do have a channel membership. It's $2.99 a month. If you click it, it'll show you what the perks are, and then from there, if you want to join, you can. So let's get into why we're here. So the first thing is January's beauty budget update. And what I purchased is, and I remember saying before that I wanted a dark blue and a dark green lipstick. So I purchased one of each from Notoriously Morbid. The green one is Loving the Dead. I am going to swatch these, y'all. Oh my gosh. This is everything I wanted it to be in a dark blue and a dark green. And I don't know how I got a smudge right here, but this is the dark blue and this is called Adder's Fork. And so they were $13.99 a piece. Shipping was $4.55, and I did use credit. So thank you to those who do use my code. So I'm going to swatch these, y'all, because I was like, oh my gosh. So this is Loving the Dead, and it is Label hoe, yeah. I'm like 4 different kind of hoes, if y'all don't know. I'm a label hoe, a Pinsies hoe, a brush hoe, and something else. Because there's a new one. Pinsies, brushes, labels, and there's something else that's a newer one. But anyway, so we're going to swatch this. This is described as matte black with emerald green sparkle. Are y'all ready? How many swatches do we have to do? I don't know, but let's just do this on the chin. This is the dark green. And yes, I do swatches on my face. Y'all look at that. And even the dark green I had before was not this dark of a green. And so I did look at the description, and because it says matte black with emerald green sparkles, I was like, yeah. And I had a third green in my cart, but it didn't seem as dark as this one, and even the description. But look at that. And I have worn these in videos already. But look, y'all, look at that. So like over here you see the black, and here you see green, and then when I turn, depending on how the light is hitting it, you see the green. Don't be looking at my nose. You see the green or the black. Y'all, I love this. Oh my gosh. And the formula, it's a thin formula. It's a lot thinner than if you have the Sephora collection cream lip stain liquid lipsticks, which I love those too. This is a thin formula, and so you did see how I had to build it up from where I swiped it and it got thin. But I like that about it, because if you don't want to go like super bold, just do a quick pass and just leave it. But for me, I put on like 3 layers, and this is what happens. And I love it. If y'all new here, my favorite lip color for me is a black. One of my shorts, somebody commented saying the look like a brown lipstick or something would look nice with the look I did. And I said, in case you don't know, my favorite lip color is black. So I like dark lips, and I know it's not for everybody. And I do understand it has to do also, I'm not even gonna say it has to do with your complexion, because I knew someone who was Caucasian and she was goth. All she wore was black lipstick, and she was pasty. And it looked good on her because that was her vibe. But this just depends on what you like. So this one, again, is Adder's Fork. And it looks black, blue, right? Like a blue black. Look at that. This is described as deep blackened blurple. That's the description on the website. If you like dark lips, and they had some deep red ones and deep browns, but I have those from Sephora collection. But still, I'm just like, these are nice. So this is Adder's Fork. Look at that. Look at that. So when I said I wanted a deep blue and a deep green, this is what I wanted. This is really nice. So if you like dark lipsticks, you check them out. These shipped the day after I ordered them, and I got it like 4 days later, I think. And what is this smell? It has a scent to it, but I can't quite place it. It's the sweetness, and then it's like something else. Like some type of sugar. But then there's like an undertone to it. But y'all, and I've worn this in the video already too. So those are 2 of the things I purchased in January. You already know about the Spellcraft Beauty. No, Spellcraft Beauty. I always want to say Spellcast. From Lethal, you saw this. Might have been last. No, I don't know. We're going to swatch this on Monday. And so I did already show this in a live stream, I think it was. So, but this is, excuse me for that glare. So this is what that looks like. We're going to swatch this on Monday. And we're going to compare the reds in here to the reddish tones in Midnight Serenade. They do look different to my eye, but they may show up the same. We'll see. So that was the other thing I purchased. And this was $49. I did also purchase 2 single shadows to replace 2 in my Mr. Triple X 669. No, my Martin Cosmetics. Girl, get it together. My Martin Cosmetics Mission Triple X 669 dupe palette. And so the 2 shades we replaced because they were starting to, the formula had changed. We replaced Event Horizon and Transmutation, which is a black. We're going to go ahead and swatch those 2. Y'all, something happened yesterday, and I'm like, oh, no, 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 honey. So this is Event Horizon, and it is a dark shade. I love it. Where are we going to put this? Where are we going to put this on the nose? Look at, y'all, this shade. This is Event Horizon. So you see it does have a shift because here it looks one color, but here it kind of looks like this wants to go greenish, like on the side, like as I blend it. My nose is gonna be looking crazy. I don't know if you see what I'm seeing, but yeah, this is Event Horizon. Yeah, even here, like this looks more reddish, and over here it looks brownish, like a copper, a deep copper. I love this shade, and so yeah, I knew I was going to replace those. And transmutation is just a matte black, and this is how it looks in the pan. So it has that orange green copper look, but then it has that whatever that shade is. I'm not good at describing colors, but this is how it looks on my skin, and I don't have anything on my skin. And even how the light hits it, you see how the tip of my nose does look more like this. Well, actually, no, it doesn't, but it's like a lighter pink. So it's depending on how the light hits it. It's just like what? All right, so transmutation is just a matte black. We're going to swatch that. This is my first time touching these two since I put them in here. So this is transmutation. Transmutation was out of stock for a while, and it finally came in stock, and so I'm like, let me go ahead and get it. I don't know why this is looking greenish. I don't know why. But when I wear it on my lids, though, it does look black. I was looking at the colors on my chin. That's strange. So many of y'all see green, or am I just seeing things? And I could just be seeing things. I see dead people. So I could just be seeing things. And so those are the other two. Those were $17 a piece, y'all, for those two. And I got a magnetic wand, which I have used since I purchased it. I purchased it with these two shadows and with Spellcraft because I already have other spatulas and things to depot shadows with, especially like these that have a hole in it. But I said, you know what, let me just get it. And that was $7. And y'all, it is so freaking easy because of the magnet. If you just tap it right here, it'll just pull the shadow out and the shadow will be on the magnet. So I'm like, that's so much easier to me poking a hole in it and then trying to hurry up and grab it. I was like, this was a good purchase, girl. Yes, it was. So I made a purchase from Ulta, and I didn't plan to, but I did because, y'all, their point multiplier events be getting me. And they had a point multiplier for Fenty. I think y'all forget, excuse me. And so I'm starting to sweat, and I don't want to rub my nose. So I bought I said, I'll try it. Y'all know I love the Scandinavia, the makeup finishing spray, and I also love their makeup removal spray. Fenty came out with one, and I'm like, ooh, let me just try it. I do like it. I'm not going to do a comparison because I don't know. I do know with the Scandinavia, I've had a look on for like 10 hours, and my face still looked exactly the same. I haven't tested this like that yet. And this one says you can use before, during, and after your makeup application. And I think with setting sprays or finishing sprays, you can do that anyway. But I purchased this. This was $30. I earned 176 points. And if y'all are familiar with Ulta's point system, it converts to cash. And excuse me, you can use it whenever you want to. You don't have, it's not like Sephora where you can't use your points on sell stuff or, something like that. But Ulta, you can use your points whenever you want to, even if you use a code for something. So I purchased this and I do like it. The mist is very, very fine. And I remembered I liked the spray they had before because it was just, I can barely feel this going on. And I'm just like, is it there? So I'm just spraying and spraying, but it does feel really good. The other thing I got, I forgot to bring it over here, was a hella thick mascara, which I do like. And I didn't need another mascara, but the point system thing got me. It was $19 and I earned 104 points. And so with that order, I earned 280 points. So with all of those things I bought, these two shadows, the palette, the mascara, and the Fenty spray, for January, I spent $182.52 if we add in the credit that I used for Notoriously Morbid. If not, it would be like 150 something that I spent for January. And I'm liking those numbers because last year the numbers were around 300 something. One month was 170 something, I think. But November, y'all, it was like over $1,000. I'm like, this is insane. So I am pleased with those numbers. So now we're going to get into swatching this palette. I did put a note on it. This launches Friday, November. It is not. This releases Friday, February 7th. I don't have a price for it, but I'm thinking it's going to be 40 something dollars because I think that's what Unearthly Aura costs. And Unearthly Aura is just a little bit bigger, a little bit taller. And no, it's not a baller. So it's just a little bit taller. So the bottoms are lined up. So it's just a little bit taller. And I think this was 40 something. It does have 16 shades. A lot of their palettes are 9 shades. And some of their spellcast palettes are 6 shades. But so that's what I'm thinking. Let me know if you have anything from Notoriously Morbid, those of you who are here. So we're going to swatch this. And the first thing I thought about was Unearthly Aura when I saw the color story. So I'm going to show you this color story. And then I'm also going to show you the Life and Death color story. And I'm going to show you the Mean one. No, it's not. Merry Mean one. This was their Christmas palette. And actually, all of these I did receive in PR. And I do still purchase from them, either with or without credit, because it's one of my favorite brands. So when I saw this, I thought, this looks like Unearthly Aura, but it doesn't. And I was looking at it again last night or early morning this morning. And out of these 3 palettes, there might be 3 shades total that looked really similar to something in here. But that's just one shadow here or there, where sometimes we'll have a palette and it'll half dupe another palette type of thing. And that's what I like about Grace's. Let me put my stuff down. Why you don't need. Because if you just want a certain look, you can probably dupe that with something you already have. So this is what that looks like. And it is its own color story. It's very pretty. This has, it looks like 5 mattes. This one here and these 4. And y'all, this story, they set it up easy for you. If you want to do a purple look, you got this row. You want to do like a reddish, no, not red, but like a pinky, purplish type look. And this is a bold pop right here. This is one that looks like something in another palette. If you want to just do a lighter pink look, monochromatic, you can. If you want greens, this right here. Y'all might be like, why is that blue there? Y'all, I'm excited to use this because it looks like it has some pink sparkle in it. And on the back, it usually shows you what the shifts are, but this one doesn't show anything. And so just in comparison, you know what, Unearthly Aura don't either. Let's see Merry Mean one. Merry Mean one shows which should have shifts in it, how you see the different colors in the shadow. But for some reason, Unearthly Aura and this one don't. But it does look like it has sparkles in it. And it does say this is sparkles, shimmers, and mattes. And so I'm excited about this. And I do think this will set off a look, even if you just did like an all green look and put this somewhere, maybe out of corner, whatever. And actually it looks like a pink purple sparkle in person. And my eye does perceive color different than some people. So keep that in mind. So that is what that looks like. So unfortunately, I feel like I'm starting to sweat. I don't have anything on except skincare. And I have been loading up with, what am I saying? Moisturizer, because my skin has been more dry lately because of the winter time. And I'm not doing under my nose with swatches, but it was sweating. Yesterday when I was making sure I had everything here at my desk, I do use sponge tip applicators for swatches. I said, let me pull out extra because I do like to keep this full. I didn't have any extra. I was like, oh no, honey. So I ordered more. I ordered like 6 packs. Each pack is 30, but each one has 2 on this side and 2 on that side. So it's like 4 things I can swatch with that. But so I purchased 6 packs with that before this because I was just like, I am not running out. Like that is not happening. I need a sip of something. What am I going to take a sip of? I'm going to take a sip of Mountain Dew, and y'all probably like, you don't need to. Don't do that. But I am feeling a little sleepy, even though I feel awake enough to be here. I do feel a whole lot better than yesterday. My cousin went to the funeral home this morning, or this afternoon, I don't know what time, to work on that stuff. But, so again, we have Toxic Love, and I'm going to hold up Unearthly Aura. And I don't know if I thought about Unearthly Aura just because of all the sparkly shades or not. But it's not a dupe. And Unearthly Aura, oh my gosh, this is $69.99. So this might be around the same. I don't know. I don't know. And I did look on the website just to see if it was there and saying coming soon, but it didn't. 16 pan palette with multi-chromes, dual chromes, and shimmers. So that might be why it was $69.99 because of the dual chromes, and multi-chromes, and shimmers. But Unearthly Aura, which I do love. Whew. I do have a playlist for each Notoriously Morbid palette that I have. So if you want to see what I've done with those things, we haven't used this yet because I do, if you're newer here, I do a swatch party first, and then after that is when I start doing looks. And so when you look at these two together, there are no dupes. So I was like, why did I think of that? And I think it was because Unearthly Aura, this one has purples in it, it has greens, and so does this one, but they are not the same. They are not the same at all. And then I looked at these two blues, and I'm like, they might be close. And so we'll circle back to swatch the blue and the blue in Unearthly Aura, but this blue looks darker. This one is the one to me that looks like it has purple and pink shimmer in it in the Toxic Love palette. But we're going to see what they look like together because they may be or may not be. This one is Merry Mean One. Let's see if I'm missing any. Oh shoot! I'm like, am I missing any comments? You know what? When y'all comment, it pops up. Nothing popped up at all this entire time, and so that's why I was like, let me just check and see. And I see that y'all been talking. This is a shame. Oh my gosh, y'all. I am so sorry because y'all know I'm good for it when somebody comes in. I'm like, hey, so and so, hey, so and so. Nothing popped up on my side. I am so sorry. Hey, Grace. Of course, Locke. Thank you so much. Hey, Tanya. Yep, you were here last night. I was a mess yesterday. Yo, I was so tired. Did I just say hey, Sarah? Did I? No, that was the first time. Hey, Sarah. That might be the third time. I don't know. Chapstick, yes, I put it on and then just took some off to sip out of my bottle. Can see that blue, yeah. Hey, Tony. I like when y'all talk to each other. That's super smooth, said Tanya. And unfortunately, I don't know what you're referring to because the comments were not popping up. I don't know why, because they always pop up and they'll stay a little bit, then they'll fade. Yeah, none of these popped up, y'all. I apologize. Hey, Dawn. Yeah, that is a lot of points. And that's why I'm like, it was still worth it for me to pay full price. And I know I like the Hella Thick mascara. And this spray, I was like, okay. Yeah, so we're going to see. I love that peachy pinkish color. Yeah. And they know how to do shimmers, y'all. And they might not be Boom Pow like, Davina, which I don't have because they're pressed pigments and other brands. But and all of these are different. I'm like, how many different colors can you make? But they be making them. Do. Did I miss Sammy? Oh, hey, Samlin. I read the comment and then look and see who it was. How are you doing today? Which do are you drinking, Dawn? I have the regular one in here, even though it says Baja Blast. And that's why if I have chapstick or something on, I wipe it off my lips before I drink because I don't want I don't want this to get, from chapstick or whatever. So this is just a regular Mountain Dew in here. I do be recycling bottles because I don't like drinking out of cans. I just don't. Oh, gosh. So we're going to now look at the confession. When I wasn't seeing comments pop up, I was thinking, was it just like 8 random people that popped in? Because sometimes people will just pop in and they'll stay for a few minutes and leave. And so I was thinking that's who was here, and it was really my people. So I want to feel bad, but like it wasn't popping up. But I am glad I finally checked because I was going to keep talking. I said, wait a minute, let me just look. This one is the Merry Mean One, their December palette, and this is what that looks like. And so we're going to hold up Toxic Love, and y'all see what I'm saying? Like, how many different colors can you make? This one looks like it could almost be that, but it's not. This one is has a lot more sparkle. See, now they're popping up. It's such where Dion looks like she's about to do a wicked contour. I know my nose, right? Is it looking thinner? Y'all know I got a big ass nose and I own it. But there's nothing in here that looks the same. So we're not even going to swatch anything out of Merry Mean One. And I'm just looking back and forth. Why is something itching right here? I did get that eyebrow hair to lay down. The one I said it was like just hanging out, just sticking straight up. And when I do put it is, Tony. That's my driving drink. Or if I'm just really out of it and I know I need to be alert, I'll just take a couple sips like I did earlier. And then like a half hour, I'll be like, like I don't need a lot. I don't need a lot. Somebody told me they guzzle it. I'm like, no, I just sip here and there. But there's nothing in here that's looking similar. So we do have greens in both of them. We only have like this one reddish tone here. Coke Chick here, says Tanya. And we have these red tones in Toxic Love. I'm excited to get into this palette. And I'm looking at this shade, like I don't think this type of shade, this taupey whatever, is in any of the Notoriously Morbid palettes I have. But it does look like it works with this palette, and to me it does make sense with this row if you do looks by rows. Excuse me. But I'm trying to think like what would I use that for? I see sparkles in this one too. Ooh, y'all see them sparkles in there? But we are going to swatch these, so let me just keep moving. So we're going to put away Mary Mean one, because there's nothing in here that looks the same. Like nothing. Nothing. In person, I was thinking this one looked like this red in this row. Where am I at? But they don't. This one next to this looks more orange. Excuse me for that glare. So it looks like a softer version. But we're going to put Marry Me one away. And I'm excited that they don't seem to dupe themselves a lot. What did I just stick my finger in? Got shadow on my finger. Y'all know. I did get that that elf shadow off my thumb yesterday. It wouldn't come off. Oh my gosh. I was like, this elf wasn't going nowhere. Doing you're so funny and have a cheerful spirit. She is, right? Y'all two need to start doing videos. And you know, we can do a 3-way collab. Because Tony, we are palette twins with a lot of Notorious Morbid stuff. And I do think that would be a lot of fun. And Dawn, we just know you got a lot of stuff. Dawn says it may be to do. What's your favorite flavors of Mountain Dew? I like all the flavors. But I probably said this yesterday. I don't know. Oh, you know what that was from? From my chin. Because I just did it again. Super sweet. I like all the flavors. I tend to just drink the original one because it doesn't have a lot of color in it. And after a while, you know, our teeth can stain from soda colors and even coffee. I know some people who are just like avid coffee drinkers since, you know, they were like early 20s and their teeth. But so that's why I usually just drink the clear one. I like all the flavors too, but our store only carries original, rarely any others. I was surprised when I saw Baja Blast. I forget what store I was in. This isn't Baja Blast, and this is a regular one. But they had this like years ago at Taco Bell. And I'm like, oh, let me try that one. And I liked it. And so I went in stores trying to find it, couldn't find it nowhere. But again, this was stuck my finger in a shadow. So I am glad they're selling it now. Because that one is on, it looks about the same color as the original. But anyway, I like their pitch black, which to me, I don't even know what flavor it is. It doesn't taste grape, but I don't know. And they had a mystery flavor. You're a Pepsi girl, said Sam Lynn. Yeah, and Mountain Dew is in the Pepsi family. They're the same company. You're going through it, Dion. So this is Life and Death with Toxic Love. So these are the two, how am I going to do this? These are the two reds. Well, I was going to say the second one, that deep red, but now that we're looking at them, these two might be the ones I was looking at. But that is it. So out of everything, it's only like these two of those reds and one blue. I don't want to stick my finger in it again. And one blue, this blue right here. And so I was really excited about that because I'm thinking of all these other palettes because all of the shimmers and duochromes and stuff, but it's not. So what we're going to do to start off with, just to get it out the way, we're going to swatch the two reds. We're going to swatch the two blues. And we'll probably do that here somewhere. And then we'll swatch the palette starting on the forehead. And if we need more space, then down here. So that's what we're going to do just to get that out the way. So the red from Toxic Love, and it does have sparkles in it. And this is what it looks. Oh, see, it's kind of fiery. How am I going to do this? Because we have 1, 2, 3. No, we don't. 4. Yeah, 2 reds and 2 blues. Okay. So we're going to put this here. Yeah, it is like a coppery red type shade. Look, that maroon shade is so beautiful. That is nice. Y'all, that is, yeah, that's this shade. And so it does actually look like that. I'm excited about this. I wonder how much this is going to cost. This is a very pretty palette. Oh, and it's buildable. Did y'all see that? Did y'all see that? And it's in a sponge tip, so it is dense. It's not shifty. But when the light hits it, it gets brighter, because watch. Oh! I feel like a little kid. So, so we're going to go from Unearthly Aura. We're going to take this one. It is not the same. I can tell y'all that right now. That is not the same, but I can promise you it's going to be really pretty, though. And so we're going, y'all, this. So this is the one from Unearthly Aura. This is Toxic Love. This is Unearthly Aura. Yup, and I told y'all I look lighter. That's this one. I did take the boxes from under my laptop, so that's just on the desk, and I pushed that back, and I put my tripod, not the tripod, the ring light in the front, so I wouldn't be too far away from y'all. And it does make my desk look less cluttered, not having the boxes under the laptop. Yeah, they're definitely different. This looks like a dual prong, because right here, this looks orange and that looks pink. Or maybe it's just how light hits it and it's really not. Y'all know I be seeing things. So that's it from my Unearthly Aura. And I just keep thinking, like, how many sparkly shades can they make? And they just keep, and not duping themselves. So I'm just like, and I did look through my other Notoriously Morbid, because I'm just like, okay, something's got to go with something. Or something is duping something. So all the Notoriously Morbid palettes I have, no deuce, baby. We're going to take this shade. I'm excited to see what that looks like. Whew, good grief. Oh my gosh, y'all. I don't know if I want to do a video about it. I kind of do, but I kind of don't. Because it's political. This is that shade from Unearthly Aura. Y'all, look at that. I was watching a video of Think Media. Only like 5 minutes of it. That's not a channel I usually watch. If I'm watching something about YouTube content creation, it's usually Nick Dimon that I watch. Because he gets right to the point. Other channels, to me, they seem to just like prolong it just to keep people watching. Y'all, look at that shade. I don't know if I'm seeing any sparkles. It's buildable too, y'all, to a certain extent. So I'm just tapping in, and then I'm not tapping off when I'm swiping. I'm not seeing any sparkles. I mean, it's shiny sparkly. But how I saw like a purple, pink sparkles, I'm not seeing it. I like how it looks bright when the light hits it. But I think most shimmers do that. Y'all know what, y'all? This was the wrong shade. This was the wrong shade. We were going to put this against this. The blue is in Unearthly Aura. So we're going to go back to that. So I'm looking at it like, wait a minute. This right here. This is Toxic Love. This is Blank. He was talking about, oh, this is darker. Oh, I like this. I like both of them, actually. But if you blend it out, it shears out to look the same. But if you don't do a lot of blending, like if you just pack it, it's darker. That's pretty. Nothing's popping up. I know y'all saying something. Let me see. Yup. That is nice. Okay, that sponge tip is done. So now we're gonna put Unearthly Aura away for real, for real. He was the title was something like YouTube changes for the media with the White House or something. I forget what it was, but the White House is because they're trying to do away with independent news channels because those are the ones that be calling him out on his stuff, right? And we're going to. Did I use this side? Yep. And I didn't use that side. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, this side is the blank side. We're going to take this one right here. And y'all, and it was so stupid to me, and that's why I couldn't get past 5 minutes because, ooh, ooh, that's this one. It looks purpley on my skin to me, which means it's probably not purple. That's pretty. The White House is doing a thing where you can apply to be hired. Yeah, it really is. You can apply to be hired. If you're a YouTuber, podcaster, that type of thing, you can apply to be hired to be in whatever press room they use when they do press conferences. And so you're right there with the other news people. But he's trying to do away with independent news. And so this guy, nobody be offended, okay? He was a Caucasian man. And we know that's who Trump goes to. He doesn't like women. He wants to grab them all by the, genitals and all of that stuff. But yeah, that is not the same. Just for kicks and giggles, let's do this one too. And he was saying that's a game changer for podcasters, YouTubers, because you can apply and this and that. And I'm thinking he was really excited, right? And so that looks like that one. This is this one. And, he was really excited about this is a game changer for podcasters and YouTubers. You can apply to be right there in the front. Because I don't know if you've seen some press conferences where news people, like here's like the podium thing. And news people, some will be sitting on the floor facing this way, but they'll be leaning up to hold up their microphones or take pictures or whatever. So he's saying YouTubers or podcasters can be one of those people. Yeah, this is just a lighter version of this one. And neither one are this, and neither's that. So they did not beat themselves with that. And he was so excited about, oh yeah, YouTubers, podcasters can apply to be a part of, doing the news and this and that. And I'm sitting here like, yeah, this one is just a smidge darker. And these are completely different tones than this one. From my eye, this is looking more reddish copper. These are purplish to me. But let me know what y'all are seeing. And I was listening to him like, and doing away with DEI that wasn't just black people, it was all minorities, all minority persons, handicapped, veterans, neurodivergent, special needs. The highest population percentage that benefited from DEI was white women. Black people were like 4%, the lowest percent. Because then there's like, Asians, other populations of people. And it wasn't only for workplace, it was like for colleges, scholarships, stuff like that. We're going to get into swatching this. But he was all excited about how this is going to open up opportunities for YouTubers, podcasters, blah, 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 blah. And I'm thinking, okay, you do know he's trying to do away with DEI, which means it's going to be the old white man's club, the good old boys club. But him as a Caucasian, nobody please be offended. Okay, please be offended. Don't be offended. And if you are offended and you want to leave a snarky comment, please just click off the video. I'm just sharing what my thoughts were watching that video. And he was all excited, and I'm thinking, okay, if any YouTuber or podcaster that's not a white man, are they going to hire them to be sitting in front of Trump asking questions and doing video of his press conferences? Like, are you freaking kidding me? Let me know what y'all think about that. So he was all excited, and I'm looking at him like, yeah, it'll be people like you he hired. It ain't going to be... And, thank you, Tanya. And it made me think about all of the rising YouTubers who have been starting to like switch to politics and their channels are skyrocketing. So I'm like, he's just adding to that now. And I'm like, can we just do makeup or roller skating videos or movies or something? And so that made me feel like it's just going to make it worse. And yeah, so I was just like, how does man think this is really going to benefit YouTubers and podcasters in general? Well, no, if they look like you do, you may benefit. Because he ain't going to just be hiring. He's trying to do away with all these federal agencies and firing people, IGs and all of that. And you think he's just going to just up and just start hiring YouTubers and podcasters? Are you fucking kidding me? All right, let's get into this because I need to get off of that. But yeah, so I was going to do a video about it, and I said, no, I'm not going to do a video about it because these are just my thoughts and opinions, and there's enough channels doing that already to the point where it does get on my nerves. But so I just like, yeah, stick to skincare. But yeah, he did. He took back what he said about tariffs. He has no backbone. He's one of them people where if it sounds good, he'll say it, but he don't think about it. My eyes are looking very brown today, like very light brown today. I think it's that ring light. And I saw a thumbnail with the Canadian dude. He said, oh, I offered him less than what we were giving him before, and he went for it. And then they had the Mexican, I forget her name. And yeah, and she was saying, OMG, me too. And so he is so simple. He don't realize that what they're agreeing to is either what they agreed to previously or they're giving him less. Because somebody was saying, oh, Mexico, they're going to put, 15,000 troops, on the border, whatever. That he was going to put 10,000 on the border. She was going to put 10,000 troops on the border. Under Biden, it was 15,000 troops. So he's getting less than what, and he don't even know it. And it made me think about, we're going to start down here. It made me think about a previous job I had. We had to do, clinical assessments and do reports and submit it to, do I want to go sideways? Yeah, we're going to go sideways in case there's a shift. And, when we would do clinical assessments, we had to do a report and submit it to her. And she would kick it back with, oh, change this or change that. Or if it was something minor, she would just change it. But I would always reread it before I sign it because I'm like, I'm not signing nothing you wrote and I don't understand or know or agree with what, she changed because it was my report and my name was on it. And those were documents that were going to the court for the client. So I'm just like, y'all take that seriously. You're not just going to write something and I'm going to just blindly sign it. But one of my coworkers, that is cute. It's light, but that's cool. That'll be nice for inner corner. Excuse me. And one of my coworkers was like, yeah, she sent back, my reports and, she had, changed this, changed that. Because she was doing track changes. And so you can either accept or deny or go in and just put something different. This one does look like it has sparkles in it. This one. We're going to see. I'm looking at this one. Because I'm thinking about that green shade that when I swatched it, it was like red in the center. But that's not what that's doing. And she said that she would sit on it when our this is kind of gritty, so I think this does have sparkles in it. So my supervisor would send her report back and with all these changes that she wanted her to make. And so, oh, look at that, it's blue, and then and like this, it's a lighter shade of this one, or if not the same shade, but then there's the blue. Oh, that's nice. If you were doing a light look, put this all over the lid and put this outer corner because like this, it looks the same. But then when you turn, it's like, oh, like that. Oh, and even they're close together though, but look how they kind of just flow together. Like, look at that. Oh my gosh. And so she would send back the same report that she sent initially without making not one change. And my supervisor would be like, oh, this is great. Thank you. That's how this dude is. You give him something you gave him before, and he acts like it's something new or something different. But yeah, my coworker did that a lot. She's like, yeah, I just wait a couple days and send her the same one. This is a nice look. And I did say this row could be a look, that row, and that row. But I just thought that was so simple. I'm just like, she's really like, oh, wow, this is really great. It was the same exact report, not one change. And so that's what they're doing with him, giving him the same stuff they offered before or that they were doing under Biden. And he's like, oh, yeah, I did this. I want to do the mattes last, um, because I want to see all these shimmers. And I ran out of forehead space, as big as my forehead is. Yeah, we're gonna try, we're not gonna make it, because I always end up making swatches bigger. I was gonna say, we're trying to, this is gritty, so this is gonna be sparkly. But you know what? It's not flaky. And y'all see how I'm swirling in it. Okay, where are you? Come on to the party. I'm looking at it, and it's getting that shiny look in the middle. And you know what, a piece just did fall out. So, I'm gonna have to see how this performs with a brush. It is, yeah, I might have to do something with this one. It is coming up, but it's this shade. But it's, let me use the clean side. Because I just want to see, is it really coming up? And it is coming up. So you know what? This is just a really light shade. These four would look nice if you want a really easy, quick monochromatic look. And if you're looking at these and you like them, just try to dupe them for something you have. Like, you don't have to get this palette. But I always thought that was really funny, because she would give her back the same exact report. And she would be like, oh my gosh, this is perfect. The same report. And so, yeah, we would laugh at her behind her back, but because it was like, she think we gave her something different and you didn't. And that ain't that one. That's something else. Yeah, this is this one, I think. This is a pretty palette. And even though you're not like darker shades, it's just something with how they work together that I just really like. Those purples would be great ombre look. Yeah. And honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, that's kind of what monochromatic looks are, because it's just varying shades all in the same family, and they do all just blend together and run together. Um, yeah, that's that shade under my nose. And I understand why people do them, because it's simple and easy to do, and it's going to look nice. All right, we're going to go ahead and squeeze these mattes in here. We're going to put this one. Oh, these are so smooth. We're going to put this up here. Yeah, that's a transition shade for me. And this one down here. These are so smooth. Shoot, I touched it by accident. Y'all, these shades. It ain't coming off. Look at that. This is so smooth. Might as well put it there since it's there. That's the wrong side. Girl, this is the side. I'm only gonna put that little bit right there. Because I thought for some reason, and I know I thought wrong, that I was gonna be able to get both of these like right here. But that's nice. So yeah, this is definitely a look. This row and this row is definitely its own look. Get these swatches off my fingers. But I am just, and it's not wiping off. I'm wiping it on this cloth. I don't want to give you the finger. But look, that's what that elf shadow did. Like, it would not. And I was using a paper towel for that. Y'all, these shades. All right, we're going to come down here. This is a smooth one. It's not chunky. This one does look like it's trying to hard pan, but it might just be the sparkle that's in it. That's this one. And it did show up on the sponge, which means it does pick up. Why am I looking there? I can look in the mirror down here that I put here for this reason. That's, I wonder if that would make me look dusty. I don't know. I'm going to come over to this one. Y'all remember that live stream I was on swatches and I kept skipping the middle shade, the third shade? And I'm talking about, oh, this looks really different. And it would be something I had swatched already. And y'all be here for it. Why does that look? No, it doesn't look like anything else on my forehead. But like this way, this looks like that looks like that. But then when you turn, and this is a different blue than this one, but they have these funky, fun little shifts. Like, I don't, and it does look like purple pink on the sponge tip. that's also what makes these palettes fun for me. And I don't swatch before I do a look, or how some people swatch shades. Like if they have on their transition shade and outer corner and they're trying to figure out a shimmer for their inner lid, they'll swatch shades and be like, this one, that one, okay, I'll use this one. I don't do that. And so that's why when I do looks, that is a shifty shade because it's looking reddish here and then it's blue over here. And that's why sometimes when I'm doing looks, I'm like, oh, that's nice because I don't know what it's going to look like. This one and the one next to it are mattes. Oh, look at that. We're going to put this here. That's bold. That is a bold shade. Wow. And we're going to come over to this one. My cousin that came into town that I met out for dinner with the cousin here whose mom just passed. She has a federal job. I said, "Did you get that email?" She was like, "Yup." I was like, "Damn." And she's married and got 3 kids. So I'm just like, fuck. But we'll see. We'll see. I heard that there's lawsuits going on about different things that he's doing, but so we'll see what really actually happens. There's a red undertone in the pink shade. This one. A pink undertone in the pink shade. You talking about this one right here, Tony, in the middle? Kind of looks coral to me. Yeah. Yeah, I see that. This is really bold. I didn't... That's bright. I'm like, wow. All right, so we're going to move down to the last row. This one, like all of these shadows, you can see a little bit how it goes down from the top of the pan. This one is like, it's like on the edge of the pan. Like this one. I know I got quiet. I was like, is this going to be flaky or fall out? But y'all look at that. Yeah, a piece of flake flaked off. A piece of shadow flaked off. So this is, and you see the chunk. So let's get the chunk on. It is here. We can smear it out. Yeah, this is one of those shades. It picks up nice though, but it's getting it on. Yeah, it's snowing on my desk. This is it's just like, that is really pretty though. And it does look to have a shift in it, but it is, every time I swipe, it's just like, well, it is, but the way the light is hitting it, it looks like it's not, like right here, it looks like it's nothing here, right? But then when I turn, you do see it's something right there. So it's just the way the light is hitting it and whatever shift that's in there that's making it look like it's not there, and it is. It's definitely there. Like, look at all of that. It's definitely there. Yeah, that's a fun shade. It's like all over my desk. That one is hopefully I'll remember. Cause that's and it did really pick up. I will wear that as a blush. This green one? This one, Tony? Or you're talking about this one? This one I can see as a blush, and I have seen blushes that color, and this color too for that matter. Yeah. This might be a contour shade. Put that like right here. And my natural hollow, my natural contour. All right, we got 2 more, y'all. 3 more. I promise you I can count. Thank you for the thumbs up. I'm excited about this book. I got loud. I'm sorry. That's this one up here. I got all loud. This has a little grit to it, so it does have sparkle in it. Even though it has grit to it, it's not flaky like this one. This one, every time I swiped it, it just snowed. Watermelon Bliss is not quite... I think Watermelon Bliss is more red. And I think that's described as a universal red. Acai Sky is described as a... I just tapped it. Y'all ain't even swipe. Purple Berry is what Acai Sky is described as. But Watermelon Bliss is described as a universal red. Y'all look at... But why... Yeah, we already knew what it looked like. I think that'll set off a look because it's so bold. This is reminding me of one of the Lethal shades because their shades are like that. They're just shiny and bold. So now we're going to take this one. This one is smooth. Oh my gosh. Yo, we got all these on our forehead. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me if you heard that gurgle. Excuse me. That would go nice with that if you want that look. It's a they're not there look. Because how this one seems to disappear and how that one seems to disappear. But this is definitely there. Like, look at that. And this one is definitely there, too. I can't raise my eyebrows. My, my appointment was, yeah, it was yesterday. I had told y'all about that. Yeah, I can't raise my brows. I'm trying to. This is me raising my eyebrows. That's all it's going to do. Oh my gosh. In about 2.5 months, though, they'll start moving again. And my appointment's every 3 months. I'm never going to take this one. Just one swipe. Yeah, we got all of these, all 16 on our forehead. This is a monochromatic sparkling lover's dream because each row is its own look. And if I were to do that, I would put this outer corner just to like pop it a little bit. This is nice. This is nice. The coral color. Yeah, that one. That's an idea. I got snow all over my desk. Y'all, that is this whole palette. And so we did it. We got them all on the forehead. Very pretty. And for some of the shades, just me tapping it by mistake, it showed up. This I tapped by mistake. That showed up. This I tapped by mistake. And it was just there. And then, you know, I did put on more. But I do like this color story. For some reason, I was surprised it had 5 mattes in here. Because some of their palettes don't seem to have that many mattes. But I do. This is pretty. I'm excited to start using it. And the challenge will be not to do something monochromatic because looking at it like this, it is a lot of purple pinks. But remember, this is their Valentine's Day palette, and there are other things with this collection, but I don't know what they are. Yeah, I don't know. So I'll see when it launches, like what else they have to offer. Want to see me use that blue? I'm gonna use that blue. It's reminding me of a Lethal shade. I'm trying to think. I don't want to touch my chin. I'm trying to think of what palette it is, or like what shadow it is. But that reminds me of a Lethal shade because it's so bold. Also, maybe a more subtle version of this would be that blue and the pastel mini Natasha palette. That might be what I'm thinking about. But yeah, this is a cute color story. And if I do, and y'all know I'm going to use the palette just by itself for a while. And so I don't know if I'm going to do one of these lipsticks or not to make the look pop. Because this is a low-key color story. It is a low-key color story. But it is very pretty. I'm trying to figure out, I was thinking earlier, like, do I want to do... I think I did 2 videos with anti-Valentine's Day looks. And I think they were 3 looks each. I'm not sure. I know the first one was. Actually, the first one... Was that the one that aired today? I don't know. It all runs together for me, y'all. And so I was thinking if I want to do a Valentine's Day look with this. But then I'd have to double dip because I have something already scheduled for Valentine's Day. But I could move that one. I think that one is my Esom Beauty Face Off with Natasha Bronze palette. I think that might be that one. And I can always just move that. But so I'm trying to figure it out. Because also I don't want to cram stuff in either. But we'll see. But I do kind of want to use it and do a Valentine's look since this is their Valentine's palette. But so I see the vision of the color story. And what breaks it up is this blue number 1 and this little taupey kind of shade that I normally don't go for. But because everything else is kind of like low-key purple pink. So I am glad that this is here. And this breaks it up too, this coral color. This one does too in a way. Look, it looks like it has some orange in it. But yeah, it's really pretty. So y'all, we are approaching an hour. My lives are getting shorter. Which is good because I used to feel bad when they were like super long. But y'all were here for it and I do appreciate that. So that is it for it. I put this on top and took it off because that blue came out the pan. Not all of it, but some of that blue shadow. I think this is sort of a magnet for some types of shadows because another palette I had, every time I would put this on, it'd be fine, but when I would lift it up, like a particular shadow, it would just be on here. But you already put my labels on here, so I could tell y'all what colors are what colors. But yes, I'm excited about this. I do want to get back to the triple X inspired palette. I have 6 more looks to do, but I do think I'm gonna shift something and do at least one look with this one. So what I'm a little bit surprised about in a way, because there's a whole lot of green on here and it's not that much green in here. We have 1, 2, 3 yellowy greens. There's nothing this dark in this palette. But looking at the hair, yeah, we do have some coral, some red, some orange. Her face is purple, so we do have quite a few purples. And actually, this taupey shade, so yeah, it does look like what the outside looks like. But I would have just thought more green. I don't know why. Maybe because the eyes are so bold green, and then she's crying green tears. But I do like it though. It's interesting, and to me, Notoriously Morbid is an interesting brand for shadows. And so that's it, y'all. We swatched the 2 lippies, which I love. We swatched what we thought would match, and nothing matched but this blue with the blue from Unearthly Aura. Yeah, so no dupes. And this I would probably put tear duct area or just do a thin line under my brows. And if you've never paid attention to my brows before, this is what I mean when I say I have no tails. Because from here is where I draw the tail. And then I fill it in. Yeah, these are my natural brows. So, yeah, this one, I wonder what it would look like over a black base. Sorry for poking you in the eye. I wonder what that would look like. But yeah, so we're going to go, y'all, because I'm just sitting here staring at myself now. So I do have sponge tips coming. Monday, we're going to swatch Spellcast Beauty and compare with Midnight Serenade, the red shades in there. So that is going to be it, y'all. And so we will be back here on Monday and next Thursday for the rest of the month. And so I want to do another members post, probably just to check in. But so we're going to do that. So thank you for being here. Let me see if I'm missing anything. Nope. So appreciate y'all being here. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you if you're a part of the replay crew. And you all will see me in the video 7 a.m. as usual. And we'll be back here Monday, Thursday for the rest of this month too for live streams. And so thank you. You all have a good night. As always, doing funny. As always, self-acceptance, self-love. That is the Crazy Troll Nation way. Thank you, and you will see me soon. Good night, everybody.